Yo, let's talk surfboards. If you are taking a trip to somewhere with good surf, or if you're going to the Mentawais or Indonesia, this video is absolutely for you, because I'm gonna get into some details about the boards I surfed on the last 6 weeks in Indonesia, mostly the Mentawais, the reasoning behind that, some additions to that quiver, and just general insights so you can make better board decisions for your travels. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chris Mills. I run and operate surfstrengthcoach.com, and I literally 3 days ago got back from Indonesia, spent the last 2 months there. The board bag has not left the back of my truck. We're gonna open it, see if the surf gods gave me whole, intact, one-piece surfboards, but also give you some details and insight to make better board choices if you are going somewhere that has legit surf. Maybe you're going to Indonesia for the first time, or maybe good Mexico or something. This will all help give you some insight. First and foremost, surf gods, please let these be in one piece. Secondly, you're probably wondering why the hell I have sunnies on inside. Am I that cool? Or is the bane of my existence in Florida oak pollen again, and it's destroying my life at the moment? So I need to get on some antihistamines. Let's run through this so you can make better board decisions about wherever you're going in the world. Boardies, rashies, fins. Shout out to Jawa Fins in Bali. You can get these fins delivered to your door. Sun hat. Always need, not only do I look stylish, sexy, suave, but I'm also sun safe. If you're doing a trip to the Mentawais, bring it. Yoga mat. On our coaching camps, we stretch on the boats. Also some board padding. Now, let's get in to the surfboards. Let me undress it. If you have seen any of my board videos before, you have seen me talk about the Channel Islands Fishbeard. The more I travel, the more I surf, I find this board to be extraordinarily comprehensive in the type of waves it can surf, from little barreling right-handers to I've surfed it at a macaronis, to I've surfed it at Pacific Reef Break, I've surfed it in Central America. This is a 5'9". For me personally, I'm 5'11", 165 pounds. This is a 5'9", I think 29 liter, 5'8", 29 liter Fishbeard. This is going to have a place in my quiver, probably always and forever. Forever! The only caveat when it comes to if you're going to the Mentawais or somewhere with really good waves, that is not the place to learn how to surf a twin fin for the first time. Often we get guests that are coming on our coaching camps saying, hey, I'm gonna bring a twin fin. We ask if they have surfed them previously in good surf. The answer is no. These things require a little more finessed and nuanced movement approach. So high quality surf like Indonesia, it might not always be the best place to learn how to surf a twin fin, but there are plenty of days that are smaller, chiller, maybe not as hollow, that a good twin fin can be damn fun. And this one is in one piece. Board numero dua. Dua Bahasa for number 2. Look at me crushing it. If you have seen some other videos about Mentawais board quivers, you will see that I creased one of these on our trip last October. I picked up another one. This is a Lost Driver 2.0, 5'11" by 27.9 liters. High performance, flat squash tail, good rockered surfboard for good surf. This board felt like dog shit when I first started surfing it until I got it in actually legitimate waves. Curve, power, in the pocket. If you are going somewhere with good quality surf, curve, power, speed, all the good things, you need a board that can fit into those curves. You need something with some rocker. Indonesia, really good Mexico, really good Central America, wherever, good quality waves. That is where your standard, modern, high-performance shortboards really come into their place. The thing is, they're curvy. They got a rocker. They got this outline. They want to be surfed up and down, in the pocket. So where people will run into these on their surf trips is they're surfing these boards way out on the face, out in the flats, just trying to wiggle. That's where these are gonna feel like dog shit. So you gotta surf it in the pocket, surf it in the curves, baby. And also, something we often tell our coaching camp guests is that a good shortboard performance for them might be a 6'2", a 6'3", even a 6'4", something that's stretched out. So they might need to look into getting a custom made. Those longer boards of the early 2000s are actually really helpful for people and they're transitioning to higher performance surfboards. But the modern off-the-rack 6'2", 3'4" has a lot of volume. So you might need to get a custom where you can drop the volume, keep the length, you get the curve, you get the nice outline, you get the performance, but those extra couple of inches, hey, don't be kinky, those extra couple inches can give you easier entry, calmer takeoffs, make better drops. So think about that on your surf trip. Hit us up with a like, maybe even that subscribe. And check out that Surf Athlete app. Download the free version. Better surfing, better fitness. What do we have for board number 3? Oh, Clayton, dude, if you see this, this is legit one of the best, most reactive, felt perfect under my feet right away surfboards I have ever had. This is a Clayton Enzo model. This is 5'11", width of 19, 28 liters. The story behind this sexy surfboard, I got this from Clay the March of when COVID, the C word, started and doomed us all. We were on a boat in the Mentawais. I surfed this 1 or 2 times and then COVID hit and it has sat in my buddy's garage in Bali for the last almost 3 years. Finally just got it back and I surf this almost every day in the Mentawais, from hollow trees to macaronis to bintangs to Lance's Left. Thin performance rails, heaps of curve, nice rounded pin. This is a performance board that wants to curve and surf. So I try to occasionally make it curve, make it surf, and do some turns every now and then. Or just bogging rail hard. So how does this apply to you? On your surf trips, think about the waves you're gonna be surfing. If you're kind of gonna be surfing a broad spectrum, maybe a squash tail performance board, it's gonna have more release, but it also kind of extends to more wave scenarios. Once you get into the rounded pin, these hold really well. Big arcing turns, nice in the pocket surfboard. So if you're taking just one board, maybe a squash tail, if you can always take a couple boards, which we recommend on a surf coaching camp, especially on a boat in Indonesia, at least 3, maybe 4, a rounded pin might be the way to go, especially if you can get some good barrel waves. Shout out to Rick on our just finished Mentawais coaching camp. Dude hooked it up with the "Yeah, I'm stoked" shirt. Shocking, bro. So far, we are 3 for 3 on board success all the way from Indonesia. Let's see number 4. This is an FRK. I have never surfed it. I want to surf it. I'm taking this thing to Mexico in about a month. Our other coaching camp coach, he took one of my step-ups. Last trip, took it for himself, commandeered it. Off the rack, Chris, I'm keeping it. I'll hook you up, Twiggy. No worries, bro. So in exchange, he gave me an FRK. I really should have surfed this at good hollow trees, but I was too busy surfing that Clayton. If feeling so good under my feet. So this looks like a stick that is ready to go in some performance surf. So something to consider about your 3 or 4 board quiver wherever you're going in the world. Especially if Indonesia, you want at least 1 or 2 performance boards, whatever that means for you. 5'11", 5'10", a 6'0", maybe you're transitioning down from bigger boards, so you would be well off with something stretched out as your primary performance board. I didn't have any step-ups in this set because there were some step-ups on the boat, but we were running coaching camps, not really chasing gargantuan barrels, not that I would be surfing them anyways. So you kind of want 2 boards as your primary attack squad, right? For me, those are those 2 5'11" performance boards. 3rd board, for Indonesia or somewhere else, for me, that's a twin fin. For you, maybe that's a groveler. Something else in case stuff gets a little smaller. What we run into a lot in Indonesia is the recommendation for you to bring a mid-length. Pretty much anywhere in the world now, you could be recommended to bring a mid-length, a good one. I usually surf this as a twin fin. If it's big, I might put a trailer fin in there. This is a 6'4", 34 liters, epoxy. Goes really good in good surf to also mediocre surf. What we keep running into on our Mentawise coaching camps is guests that are still somewhere in that transitioning realm. And I don't mean being gender fluid, I mean transitioning from an 8'0", 7'6", down to something shorter. A good mid-length. They've become immensely successful for good reason. That could be a good board to throw into that quiver for smaller days, average days, maybe waves that aren't super high performance, but still have good wall, good takeoffs. A good mid-length, depending on the outline, can be super fun and super relevant for your quiver. I have tragic news. Tears. That's why I've got the sunnies on. It ain't that bad, but it is a bummer. Just saw that is broke. Oh, at least it's the nose, not the tail. I think that is the only damage from the travel that could be worse. I kind of got lucky on that one. Or not so lucky, but still, that's better than them being utterly destroyed. I actually found a crack in the nose of that one too. Still, could be worse. So if you got some board questions, ask them, post them below. I've taken quivers to Central America, I've taken quivers to the Pacific Islands, I've taken quivers to Indonesia and the Mentawise. Hit us up with some questions. Let's get some board chat going on. And I hope you found this helpful. Maybe in the future, you will come on one of our Indonesian or maybe elsewhere surf coaching camps.